guys, welcome back. And for those that are new here, welcome. My name is Stephanie. And for today's video, it's all about how to detach yourself from people, situations, relationships, whatever it is that are dragging you down and not letting you thrive in life. This is Detach December to have a successful new year, because you don't want to drag along people, relationships, whatever it is into this new year. So here I am being your person telling you it's time to let it go. But I know it's not that easy sometimes, so these tips will help you grow the confidence you need to let it go and start thriving and have an amazing life. So before we get into it, don't forget to hit that big red button down below to join this amazing community, and let's get into it. Okay guys, so these are my top tips on how I became the person to detach myself from people, things, situations that I knew were just going to be a waste of time. Back then, I did not have the strength to do it. I always thought of every excuse why not to detach myself, or I would find myself reaching out to the person when I had no business doing that, just because I had that attachment to them and didn't know how to let it go. But these tips have helped me, and today I am glad to say when I want to let something go right away, I can, and I won't look back. So for my first tip is, before you do the big thing and you want to make that big change, sometimes people can't just change overnight. You're not going to just call up that person and be like, hey, it's over, if you haven't already. So if that's the case, my first tip for you is practice on small things in your life. Give up soda, give up coffee, whatever it is that you really don't need in your life. Try to give it up for 30 days. And that is going to build that self-esteem that you need in order to detach yourself from that person, from that thing, whatever it is that you want to detach yourself from. This will help you grow that level of detachment that you won't have to second guess ever again, because you did it once with something small, so you can do it again with something big, and your life will be okay afterwards. So that is a very big tip for the people that need a little building up to things, which is definitely okay. I get it 100%. So start with small things in your life and keep it going from there. Okay, so now for my next tip is distance yourself from that certain someone, situation, relationship, whatever it is, and make sure you do less texting, less calling. That will definitely help you think about them less, and also the attachment isn't going to be as strong when you realize you haven't needed them in a few days. Then you're going to be like, wow, you know what? I'm going to let this person go because I really don't need them. But sometimes you have to make yourself aware of this in order to accept it. And with that being said, my next tip is realizing detachment is acceptance, because that is super important to come to realization, because sometimes we think if we let something go, it's probably not going to be okay. But once you 100% realize it's going to be okay, that's when that light bulb will turn on and you'll be like, wow, this is going to be all right as soon as I say goodbye. Now for my next tip is let go of the expectation of the outcome. A lot of us always daydream about what's going to happen in the future. If we stay, we're going to have this beautiful house with this person, kids, blah, blah, blah. Let go of that, because as soon as you start thinking of that, that is actually attaching you more to that person, and you shouldn't be in that predicament. We all daydream. We all want to think the best out of people or the relationships that we're in. But when we do that, that actually hurts us and blinds us to what we really need to do. So definitely keep that one in mind. And that is very, very important. Next tip is understanding why you want to detach yourself from this situation, from this person. I will always 100% recommend writing a pros and cons list. It helped me in so many situations, because I realized that is definitely not going to better me because of this list. If that con list is 20 deep and then the pros is 5, no, you got to let it go. So definitely make sure, write that pros and cons before you make any decision. And that will actually make you more aware of what you really should do for yourself. At the end of the day, if you're not happy, a pro or cons list won't make you realize that. It has to be down to you. So if you're not happy, skip that step. Be like, yeah, I still want to just let it go. Let it go, girl. Like, you're not stuck. You know, we're not trees. We can move if we have to. All right, so now for my next tip. I'm going to say it's definitely for everyone watching, but it's really for my single ladies out there. Like myself, I get it. The single world can be a little lonely sometimes, but the thing is, don't give everyone that comes into your life a reaction. Like, not everyone's meant to go into your life for whatever reason. Like, sometimes people are they just walk in and they should just be like, walked out right away. You know, I feel like as single women, we give everyone attention that seems interested in us. And I mean, if you are interested, by all means, but as soon as you see that red flag, let it go. Not everything in your life is to be reacted to, and especially men that shouldn't be there at all. So as soon as you learn that, you will 100% become more detachable from things, because a lot of people that attach very quickly, anyone they speak to, they're like, oh my God, we're going to be together. And that doesn't always end up that way. And you actually get hurt the most. So definitely try not to have that personality towards people that come into your life, because it's not always the case. And at the end of the day, that can actually bring you down. And we don't want that. This new year is all about thriving. So if someone comes into your life, don't react every time. Feel it out first, and then if it's meant to be, it is. If not, let it go. Next tip is focus on other things other than that person that you want to detach yourself from. Focus on your goals. Focus on what you want in your life. Focus on what you visualize in your life and get it done. Sometimes we have to do different things in order to get different things in our lives. If we're doing the same thing, most likely we're not going to ever come out of the shell. So instead of focusing on him or when he's going to call you or when he's going to text you, put that energy in something else that is going to benefit you with or without him. So by all means, put yourself first. That will definitely make you a lot stronger when it has to do with detaching yourself, because you'll realize it's not for me and it's not going to get me where I need to be. Like I said, once you realize these things, it is going to be so much easier for you to get it done when it has to be done. Okay, and now last tip for today. Whenever you think of that person, whenever, like, let's say they haven't texted you in a day or so or a few hours, or if you want to speak to them because they're like your best friend and you have no other person to talk to like that, whatever the case may be, or the reason why you want to like talk to this person that you want to detach yourself from, do something for yourself. This kind of piggybacks on the last tip I did, but this actually helps, because anytime you think about that person, instantly look at your checklist. I have a checklist from an app on my phone. It's called Done. I'll actually put it here so you can see. Look at that checklist. What you haven't accomplished. Don't even think about doing whatever you're about to do for that person. Do something for yourself instead. And actually that will get you to where you want to be in this new year and have such a better life. You don't realize how much you think about a person when you start getting things done and you're like, wow, that actually helped me because I thought about them, but instead of doing what I shouldn't be doing, I actually put myself first and I got everything done. So by all means, download that app because it is free too. They have like a paid version, but this girl was not paying for that. And it works really well. It actually has little alerts and things like that. So I love it. If you don't want an app, do it on a plain piece of paper, but make sure it's somewhere accessible that whenever that person just pops up in your head, you're like, let me take Instagram pictures today instead. I didn't get that done, you know? So by all means, that will help you thrive in life, will help you detach from that person, and will help you have a better year. So these are my top tips on how to detach yourself, how to grow the strength to do that and really follow along with it. A lot of us, we think that we are strong enough to do things, and then when we try to do it, it just doesn't happen because we don't have that strength. But if we build up to it and we really acknowledge it, we are strong enough to do it and to do anything in this life. I really hope this video helps. If you have any questions or comments or need tips about detachment that I didn't mention, please comment them down below and I will definitely be happy to answer all your questions and give you tips. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. And thank you again, guys. I will definitely be here next week with another video. Love you guys. Have a great week. Bye.